Oh, we are live! How are we, lads? Come on, the footy! The footy spot! Guys, subscribe to the channel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah! The Cowboys win it! Woo! Hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to the Friday Night Football review for round 7 of the 2022 NRL season. And to help me review the Broncos and the Bulldogs contest, what I'll be just saying is I believe it's Daly Cherry Evans. Cherry Evans, how you going, bro?
Oh, mate, I'm in a bad mood.
What's the matter, Cherry?
Talakai ripped me a new one.
What happened to Morgan Harper? Why couldn't he defend Talakai last night?
Oh, look, he was recovering from COVID. Some say he couldn't breathe, let alone tackle. So I don't know what Desi was thinking, but we'll pick it up. We'll get better next week.
Did before we move on, Cherry Evans, did Morgan Harper cop a spray from Des Hasler at halftime?
Not only did he cop spray with the words, he was also physically harmed. But allegedly, that's all alleged. As captain, I cannot speak any further.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, thank you very much, DCA. And want to welcome in the great man himself, Paddy G. Paddy G, if you're there, still there you are, bro. Cherry Evans,
Cheers,
there he is. Mate,
thanks,
how are you, Paddy? How you going, bro?
I'm all right, mate. Still recovering from Talakai literally destroying me last night. But it was a good game of footy tonight for about 60 minutes.
Yeah, this game between the Broncos and the Bulldogs was a good game for a while, and then the Bulldogs just fell asleep, bro. I don't know what happened there. Bro, the guy in the crowd that dropped the Broncos fan, he showed more action in that punch than the Bulldogs did in the last 20 minutes. It's like the Bulldogs fought in the game went for 60 minutes.
Bro, they were so bad in the last 20 minutes. It was almost like Sharks in that first half last night.
Yeah.
It was like we went from, oh, my God, Broncos are going to get them, to Bulldogs are going to get them, or Broncos might just get them at the end, to this was legit a rugby league thumping.
Yeah. And look, I know the Bulldogs have had disruptions this week with COVID and stuff, but realistically, they only had about 3 players out. So they were all, with all due respect, they were all replaceable players. It's not like Burton wasn't out there. It's not like Addo Carr and Thompson and all them were out. They still had a really strong side out there, and they just weren't able to get the job done tonight. They fell away towards the end, and well, they had it, bro. They led 10-0. They led 14-6, and then they didn't do nothing in the second half. It was disappointing.
It was very disappointing. As someone who changed their tip to Dogs prior to kickoff.
Oh, no.
I thought, because Manly lost, I was like, you know what? I can either be back on board with everyone one-on-one, or I'll just bite the bullet and go 0 for 2. For 60 minutes, I was looking good. And then the Adam Reynolds show started. Don't
worry, bro. It's all right. I backed the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs were my specials of the round. At 14-6, I look like an absolute visionary. I look like a genius at 14-6. And then next minute I went, yep, it all fell off real quick there. It wasn't good. It's like you win $400 on the pokies off $2 bets, and then you put the bets up to $10. And next minute you're down to $100 again. Where the fuck did that money go? That was the Bulldogs. They had a mad lead, and yeah, that was them. You go from $2 bets to fucking 10, and they lost it all.
Yeah, James Roberts and Dane Laurie would know all about
that. All right. Well, let's get into the review. And before we do that, I just want to make sure if you guys that are watching the stream live, make sure you like the live stream. Subscribe if you're new around here as well. I'll leave Paddy G's YouTube channel in the link below after the live stream is over. Everyone should know Paddy G by now. He's a very famous man. He's getting bigger and bigger as the days go by. And
mate. By the time we get to 2025, Paddy G will be walking around in a suit and in these fucking rich cars thinking he's a millionaire. So Paddy G's getting rich and he's getting popular.
With Sam Revel running around, I think there will always be a richer man than me.
We're all getting popular one way or another. It's going to take time, but, mate, who knows? Maybe in 10 years' time, we'll have our own network and we'll all be doing bloody rugby league on TV. Who knows?
Who knows? That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. I mean, I think majority of the rugby league YouTubers would probably do a better job than Channel 9 and Fox anyway. So, Anyway, let's get on to it. Let's get into the review, bro. And we're going to start off in the 16th minute where Addo Carr scored the first try of the game. Bulldogs went to the left-hand side with Matty Burton. He gave a nice ball to Aaron Schoff, and Schoff, very nice offload to Addo Carr. And Addo Carr scores the first try of the game, which I backed, by the way, up the Fox. First try score. That's Trot, up the Fox. Mate, what a start for Addo Carr scoring the first try. Good start for the Dogs.
Yeah, I thought the Dogs were in trouble early because the Broncos didn't turn the ball over till about the 5th minute because after the penalty and the repeat set. But it was a great little play from Shop. Good little offload.
He's not a bad young player, is he? He's not a bad little player.
No, especially after all the talk was Tony Staggs, who did end up having a relatively quiet game, especially in those first 60 minutes. Because Shop and the Doggies pushed him back 10 metres. But it was a great little offload. They didn't look like scoring. It took a moment of brilliance like that, and he just forced Cobbo to come in off his wing. And the Fox scores his second try in 2 games.
Good on him. He needed it. And then for his confidence as well. And, mate, when I found out that Aaron Schoff was going to be up against Tony Staggs, I actually threw $5 on him to score a double or a hat-trick. Unfortunately, he didn't do anything tonight. And you would have thought with the performance of Talakai last night, the performance of Stephen Crichton and Campbell Graham as of late, if Staggs wants to be in that origin picture, and he needs to be having big games against the likes of, Aaron Schoff, he hasn't even played 15 games yet. So, you'd think Staggs needs to be doing a little bit more than what he's doing at the moment if he wants to be in that origin side come Origin 1. But good start for the Dogs. They go to 6-0, bro. And 29th minute, last trot just continues. Addo Carr scores his second try. It's the second try of the game. Fox scores his second. Bulldogs go left again. Josh Jackson to Flanagan. Flanagan to Burton, and Burton gets it on to Addo Carr. Cobbo got jammed in, and Addo Carr gets a double at Paddy G in the first half an hour.
Great to see. I'm a big fan of the Fox. I know he's had a rough start of the season, but I don't think any winger could do a great job in that system at the moment. Great ball by Burton too. He's sort of fallen off the radars. I think he's still wishing he was up at Penrith.
Probably.
But, Josh Jackson, look, he's getting better as a ball player in the middle.
He is, yes.
He's obviously going to make mistakes and make the wrong decisions, but he's changed his role. He's probably too slow to be on an edge anymore. Whether in that team, he's probably better on the edge, but you need a ball playing 13 days. He's trying his guts out, which is great to see. And if he just keeps making the right decisions like he did in that passage of play, then I think attack can improve.
Yeah, look, I was just going to ask you about Josh Jackson. Obviously, he's definitely way too slow to play in the back row nowadays. 10 years ago, I think it was, maybe 7 years ago, he was in the Blues Origin team as a regular back row. Obviously, too slow for back row now. He's definitely not a front rower, so lock's the only position he can play. And the ball playing from him is getting better. So, and look, I've always found Josh Jackson to be a bit of a warrior, man. He just goes out there and does a job, and he takes the big hits, takes the defense like a warrior as well. He's a beast, Josh Jackson. I've always rated him as a tough player. And the Dogs go to a 10-0 lead. A good start for the Dogs. And, Paddy, I don't know about you, but the 34th minute, Corey Oates scores that try. That was a turning point in the game for mine. The Broncos needed to score before half-time. And, well, we all know how the try went about. It's the old play that Brisbane always used to do when they were in the top 8 all the time. Broncos went to the right side, and Oates came in from his wing into the middle, and a decoy from Flagler, and Oates goes in and scores. I've seen that play a few times now, and Corey Oates goes over and scores a try, Paddy.
Yeah, Tigers actually tried doing it a few years ago with Nofaluma too, and I know Oates, all he had to do was run a hard line, but he's probably been their best player this season. Corey Oates, after we're all saying that Jordan Pierre, David Mead, guys like that should get the wing spot over him. But yeah, a real turning point. If Dogs can hold them out and go in 10-0, I think
different game.
It's little moments like that where, like, if you can keep the ball, if you can make that defensive read, it changes the game with the 6 again rule.
Yeah, it does. And, good try for Corey Oates. I think he has been probably one of their best. And I know it's a little while away. I just spoke about it with some of the New South Wales centres. Corey Oates for Queensland on the wing would not look out of place at all if he was selected. So he's playing like he wants to play Origin again. He might even be a shout for Origin. Corey Oates on form, he might be in the side, but Bulldogs still lead 10-6, and maybe get to half time. Bulldogs 10-6, and I thought to myself, Bulldogs have done well to be in front, but should they be up more than 10-6 at half time, Paddy?
Yeah, I thought they should have been. That was the real concerning thing for me is it felt in that first half by far the Bulldogs were the better team, and they were only up by 4 points. The defense was good. Can't complain about that too much, despite that one lapse in judgment between Waddell and Burton. But their attack still needs to improve so much. They had so much ball, and it really took just a moment of brilliance from Burton and Shop, and it was more just a poor defensive read from a young winger and Cobbo. Like if that's Corey Oates or most wingers, I think that are more experienced, they don't make that read. And Doggies probably haven't scored a try yet. Their attack is very poor at the moment.
Yes,
Dogs.
Definitely. And we get to the second half, bro, and the Bulldogs started the second half how I thought they had to, because like you said, they should have been up by more at half time. And in the 45th minute, Matt Duffy scored a great try. I thought this was a nice try, this one here. Jackson gives it to Flanagan. Flanagan gives a short ball to Pangai Jr. Finds a nice offload to Duffy, and Duffy goes in to score. Beats a couple of players. I think he might have beat Hobie Farmworth as well and Tamari Martin. Mate, Duffy, right place, right time. Good try from the Bulldogs.
Yeah, he's always managing to find those offloads, especially in the middle. He's a great second phase player, Duffy, and I actually thought, like pretty much most of the Bulldogs players, he was very good in that first 60 minutes. And in that back 20, we saw his flaws again. But a great offload by Pangai Jr. He's still a bit of hit and miss for me. He's got to find his consistency a bit better.
Up and down.
He just looks and this is coming from not a man who's in the best shape, but he just looks a bit too unfit at the moment to be the Pangai Jr. I hope he can get better there. I don't know, man. There's something like that sitting out at Penrith was probably the best Pangai Jr.'s ever played. He goes back to a struggling team like the Bulldogs, and those same flaws out of the Broncos last year start appearing again.
He's been very up and down to start the year. He's had a couple of good games, couple of quiet games. But he was very involved in that try. And look, Paddy G, this is what I reckon anyway. In the 50th minute, he went off for a bit of I think it was a 10, 15-minute spell. Mate, when Pangai Jr. went up the field, the Broncos came back and the Bulldogs, they fell off. I reckon they missed his energy. And I reckon that's what changed the game. Because not long after that, bro, in the 55th minute, Corey Paix scores a try from dummy half on the back of 2 set restarts in a row. And Paix goes over to score. And, mate, 14-12 Dogs. Broncos are coming back. And Pangai Jr. is off the field. And the Bulldogs have lost their energy.
Yeah, it felt like because the Dogs were on top of that entire game, it takes one bit of momentum for the Broncos. Pax scores a try that was pretty soft by Vaughan and Duffy to concede. And then all of a sudden they're within 2 points, and it just felt like, oh my God, they've done all that. They're only up by 2 points. Broncos now have all the momentum. It could get ugly here.
And I'm with you. And when I first watched the try, I thought he was short, but the ball got to the white line, so that's all that matters. He got the ball down, no problem with that. Bulldogs 14-6 in front, and I'm thinking 14-12 in front, sorry, and I'm thinking to myself, far out. The Bulldogs, and I'm not going to win this game 14-12. They need to score another try or something, and they failed to do it, Paddy. And in the 62nd minute, a great try here. Reynolds put a chip over the top for Selwyn Cobbo. There was a collision between Addo Carr and Cobbo. I think Addo Carr ends up falling over, and Cobbo passes back on the inside to Reynolds, and Reynolds scores. Mate, Reynolds loved the chip and chase, and he ends up scoring. What a great try from the Broncos.
That is Adam Reynolds to a T. That's exactly what he was going to offer this Broncos team. His kicking game was outstanding in that last 25 to 30 minutes tonight. 30 was a bit quiet. I think maybe it just took time for him and Gamble to work out each other, but not many halfbacks can think of that play. He puts the ball in dead man's land. Cobb already looked to be better than the Fox in the air earlier. Backs up on the inside. Just an incredible football mind, Adam Reynolds. And you knew as soon as the Bulldogs went down after all the hard work they had done earlier, that was probably it for them.
It was a great try. And Broncos go to 18-14 and I thought to myself, Can the Bulldogs respond? They're at 14-6. They're now down 18-14. Do they have enough, I guess, energy from defending all the time? And do they have enough stamina to get back in this game? And I thought to myself, they need to force an error or something. And, mate, 5 minutes left after that try, Cobbo ends up scoring a try. Broncos go to the right-hand side. Reynolds puts a nice little, I think Reynolds throws a cutout ball, which I thought was forward at first, but ended up being okay. So I watched the replay. Reynolds throws a cutout ball to Cobbo, and Cobbo scores, and the Bulldogs look gone at this point.
Yeah, that was. I thought actually before they set restart, I think the ball to Herbie Farnworth looked a bit forward.
Yeah, a bit questionable, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought that one was more forward, but again, that's just great heads-up play from Reynolds. Like, if that's 2021 Broncos, they're not doing that. Tyson Gamble and Milford aren't coming up with that play. That's what Reynolds has added. And it's like, he's probably not going to be out against the top teams because they're probably out of the game, but when they're playing one of these bottom sides, that's when Adam Reynolds can be such a massive difference, and all he needs is to make the right decisions.
Yeah. Broncos go to 22-14. I thought to myself, well, Bulldogs have got 12 minutes to come up with 8 points to try and potentially win this game or try and get it to go on point. And it was hard to imagine the Bulldogs getting back into the game, bro. And, mate, we get to the 73rd minute now, and Selwyn Cobbo scores a double. Reynolds put a grabber kick through. Addo-Carr went to tap it backwards, and he dropped the ball. And Cobbo ends up somehow catching the ball there and scoring. Cobbo scores off that grabber kick, and that's pretty much the ball game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just one of those moments, one of those rugby league classic moments where things just get bad to worse for the team that's already on the back foot. 9 times out of 10, Fox knocks that dead. They get a set restart at the very least, but just things didn't go his way. Cobbo, fair enough, got the second, brought up 500,000 total NRL points too. So,
yeah, good on them. Broncos 28-14. We all know the game's over at this point, and mate, with 4 minutes to go, if anyone jumped on this bloke for a try scorer tonight, then you deserve a lot of money in your bank account. Reece Kennedy scores a fucking try off the bench. Who would have picked that? I'd love to know. Staggs with an offload down the sideline to Selwyn Cobbo. Kicks the ball on the inside to Kennedy. And Reece Kennedy, of all people, scores a try. I wouldn't have picked that. Kennedy scores. What a friggin' try that was.
That was an incredible try. And great to see a forward knows he wants a pie. He knows he needs to get off the Nudie run. He runs, he supports, he puts in that effort, and he's rewarded with a beautiful meaty.
Love to see it. You love to see front rows off the bench scoring tries. You love to see it. And if anyone had a multi with him in it tonight, and Cobbo and Staggs, or Cobbo and Oates scoring, might be rich. Yeah, might be rich.
And I want some.
Oh, mate. I didn't back Reece Kennedy. I didn't think there was any chance. I needed I needed Matt Burton or Pango Jr. to score for like $300, but unfortunately they didn't score, bastards. Anyway, Broncos end up winning the game, 34 points to 14 up there at Suncorp Stadium. The crowd didn't look good tonight, Paddy G. I know it was a bottom four clash, but the crowd would, I don't know what the crowd numbers were, but I'm assuming it would have been somewhere between 25 and 30,000.
Yeah, it's still good. I mean, it's good. The NRL would love that, but Queensland, it's just
expect bigger.
You do.
Obviously.
Yeah, Friday night clash. But I just think maybe it's these two teams are struggling.
I'd say that'd be it. Yeah, look, both teams in the bottom four, Friday night. Would you rather go to Severs Paradise? Would you rather go to the Brisbane Casino? Or would you rather go watch a bottom four clash?
And it was bottom four footy with the greatest respect tonight.
Yeah, well, I thought the first half was reasonable. And then when it was 14-12 for a bit, I thought, okay, this is bottom four football. And then obviously the Broncos ran away with it towards the end. But, Paddy, if the Broncos weren't playing the Bulldogs tonight, how many other teams would they have beaten tonight? Would they have beaten the Tigers probably? That would have been about it, wouldn't it? They wouldn't have beat many others tonight.
Oh, well, look, it's hard to say because obviously how does the other team play? The Tigers play like they did on Monday. They probably beat the Broncos. They played the 5 weeks prior. They probably get dusted up. So I don't think they could beat. I think that last 20 minutes overshadowed where it was a disappointing performance by the Broncos. If they played like they did in that first 60 minutes, I think even a game against the Tigers would have been hard for them to win.
Yeah. Yeah. The Broncos won tonight because of a good 20-minute period. They didn't win because they were the better team. Well, they were the better team, but the Broncos didn't play great footy until the last 20 minutes. The first 60, they were very up and down, and it was really anyone's game. But once the Broncos found their mojo, found their momentum, they just ran over the Dogs, and the Dogs had no answers. And look, if the Dogs are leading 14-6 and they're getting beat fucking 34-14, then the Bulldogs have got some questions to answer, Paddy, man. Because, look, I like the Bulldogs. I want them to do well this year. I really do, and I want them to do well because we need the Bulldogs to be a strong club. But leading 14-6 and then losing 34-14, there's got to be some tough questions asked there.
Bro, I mean, look, we all came into the season going, all right, they had their spoon last year. They've been at the bottom for so long. They might not make finals, but they're guaranteed not to get the spoon. They're too good. Right now, they dominate for the first 60 minutes against a team that's probably going to finish between 11th to 15th.
Yeah.
Right.
Disappointing.
T-Baz's record the past 2 years has been so bad.
And bro,
to be
go back to round 2. I'm pretty sure the Bulldogs led 10-0 against them in round 2 and they got beat there as well. Or 10-4. They lost 16-10 in round 2 when they played.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. They were a centimetre off being 0-7.
Yeah.
They're being a foot too long from being. It's very concerning for the Dogs. I hope they don't get the spoon because I don't think that club needs to go through it again. But honestly, it's probably just a two-way horse race between them and Tigers at the moment.
Look, I know it's only round 7 and there's still a long way to go in the season. The Bulldogs have had a tough draw from hell, but at the start of the year, when I did my ladder prediction, I had the Bulldogs in 11th or 12th, I believe. I had them in one of the two positions.
I had 12.
And I had Bulldogs fans DMing me on Instagram saying that, how can you put the Cowboys, how can you put the Knights, or not the Knights, I think I had the Cowboys and Dragons in front of the Bulldogs and the Tigers. I had them all in front of the Bulldogs at the start of the year. And people, oh no, hang on, what did I have? I had the Cowboys and the Broncos in front of the Bulldogs. People were going, how can you do that? How can you have Bulldogs lower than the Cowboys? Well, fuck me, look at them. They're 1-6. They're fucking awful. Cowboys are 3-3. Brisbane are 3-4. I mean, have the Bulldogs gotten any fucking better? I mean, they have bought a few good players, but 1-6, mate, I don't want to mention it because it's going to be talked about in the media all week now until they play next. But the Bulldogs are going to have Trent Barrett pressure talk all week now because they play the Roosters next weekend.
Yeah, bro, I picked him 13th last year, thinking they'd had made roster improvements to get off the wooden spoon battle, and I had Bulldogs fans DMing me calling me an idiot. A year later, I had them around the same spot because they improved their roster again. And we're only 7 rounds in, but you dominate for 60 minutes against a team that's not much better than you. That won't be much higher than you on the ladder come the end of the year. You lose by 20.
Yeah, and look, Bulldogs fans DM me at the start of the year when I had the Bulldogs at like 11 for 12 saying, oh, no, we're top 8 material. We're going to be good. Matt Burton buy of the year, blah, blah, blah. And, well, how's that going for you, Bulldogs fans? You're 1-6. Your finals chances are as high as me winning the lotto. Not looking good. Not looking good at all. Good.
But if you win the lotto tomorrow, I guess Bulldogs fans can be happy.
Well, bro, have a look at the Bulldogs draw. They play the Roosters next week at ANZ Stadium, which is probably a loss. Let's be honest. They're not going to beat the Roosters if they can't beat the bloody Broncos. Then they play Canberra in Canberra, which is on current form probably a winnable game for the Dogs. And then Magic Round they play Newcastle, who have been a bit up and down. So besides the Roosters, the Dogs don't have the worst draw coming up.
If they don't get one of those next 3 games and the Tigers... Let's say they go 0-3 and the Tigers get their second win in this period.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I'm worried about them. Boy, oh, boy. Look.
They got Kyle too. Shane Flanagan, maybe do you put up a T-Baz till the end of the year, get Shane into coaches?
Oh, mate. It's going to be really interesting to see what they're doing. I'm telling you. Well, look, I'm looking at their draw. They'll lose to the Roosters, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The Raiders game... I think it's 50-50. That game's in Canberra as well, so that's probably a Canberra win. And then they play the Knights at Magic Round. So they need some wins quick, the Dogs, because The
They need
season's
one of
getting,
those two.
to be honest with you, I can't see the Bulldogs making the 8. I'm putting a red pen through them. There's no way they're playing finals.
Nah, I very highly doubt. The only thing that, if they can get that left side clicking, then maybe.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who was good tonight though for the Dogs that they can be excited about.
Yeah.
The what's his name? Jacob Kiraz, the number 4 on debut. He's not going
Yes.
anywhere from my
Right
side.
center.
I
Right
would put
center.
Naden can play wing for Ockenball, and I'm keeping Shop and Kiraz in
Ockenball.
there.
Jesus Christ. Oh, mate, you had to mention him. Ockenball. Good Lord. Look, I hope he comes out and has a great game in the near future, but Jesus Christ, he's shit. He is not good.
He's had a horror run. He was like great in his debut against the Storm when they upset them.
Yeah, I remember that. He's fucked. Mate, the only players for the Bulldogs that I'm going to fucking give a rap to tonight is probably Aaron Schoff, Jacob Kiraz, the 2 young centers. I thought they were both very solid. Paul Vaughan had a strong game. Josh Jackson was solid. And I guess off the bench, I didn't mind Max King off the bench as well, but far out, man. The Dogs tonight, they just 14-6, lose the game 34-14. It's just not good enough.
The problem is, like, you look at Fox, you look at Dufty, you look at most of them, and you go, that first 55 minutes, Dufty probably had the best game of his career in ages in that first 55
He looked good early, didn't he? He looked good for a while.
He's just carving them up through the middle of those offloads, obviously scored that try, and then they just plateaued. So they had no resilience. Yeah. I know it's probably a horrible thing to say because they've all made NRL, they're all bloody tough, but it's like they went down, they got, bro, if we couldn't hold on to this lead, there's no way winning this game. And they just sort of, I want to say give up, but they did the closest thing to it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you, bro. And, well, let's get into our top 3 players on ground, bro. From 3-2-1. So number 1's obviously your man of the match, and you just go 3-2-1, third and second best on ground. So Paddy G, who would your top 3 on ground be from the Broncos Bulldogs game tonight?
Oh, my top 3.
Yep.
Third's a bit of a toss-up for me, but I'll go a Bulldogs player, and I will actually go. I'll go Kiraz. I thought he was exceptional. He went up with that cramp, and actually, that's when they sort of. His cramp was also one of those turning points of the game.
It looked painful.
Number 2 for me would be Selwyn Cobbo. Made some errors early, but he did a lot of good stuff on that wing. Definitely made Addo-Carr look silly at some points, and he's one of the best wingers in the world. Number 1, Adam Reynolds. Dominated that last 30 minutes. Man of the match, hands down, won in the game. If they don't have Adam Reynolds, they don't win. They don't win. Yes, they don't win.
For me, Paddy, Jacob Kiraz, yeah, he was good. And look, I would get the Dogs a player in my top 3, but losing by 20, I'm not gonna be generous to him. Not after that. I'm gonna go number 3. I'm gonna go Kurt Capewell. I thought Capewell had a really solid game in the back, right? He had some good lines. Almost scored a try too until someone might have been Corey Waddell that stopped him. Nearly scored a try. I'm gonna go Capewell number 3. Yeah, it was Flano. It was one of them. Number 2, mate, I'm going Payne Haas. 239 meters tonight. He ran off early with a shoulder, came back on the field and just went, try and stop me. He only played 68 minutes, bro. So he went off for 12 minutes, came back, played the rest of the game. Number 239 meters, bro. The blokes, mate, if Payne Haas isn't the best forward in the game, he's definitely in the top 2. He's a freak, Payne Haas.
Amazing.
And number 1, well, I'm with you, Paddy. Adam Reynolds, he won him the game. Man of the match performance. His kicking game was outstanding. How many try assists did he have here? Let me have a look. Adam Reynolds, 3 try assists. Short kicking game was outstanding as well. So Adam Reynolds is my man of the match. But I want to mention as well before we wrap things up, Paddy. Tamaro Martin's first game back in the NRL in 1,098 days. Thought he was solid, bro. 145 running meters. Looked okay in attack. Obviously, we'll get better. And defensively, he was pretty solid. What'd you make of the return of Tamaro Martin?
Yeah, he was solid. To be honest, I couldn't really tell you the difference between him and Tessie New if they were playing.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you the difference. I thought he was very, very solid tonight. Good running meters. He was safe front of the high ball. He was scrambling in defense a lot. Had that over the top Harbour Bridge pass that went over the sideline. That was a bit iffy. But besides that, good,
Respected
solid
it.
fullback. He came back. He's a 5'8" too, so he's not a fullback. And he's coming back from a brain bleed after 1,000 days. So respect.
Mate.
He's only going to get better.
I'm just going to say, if he plays anywhere like he did tonight, Tessie New won't be playing fullback for a while because under the high ball, he looked more comfortable. In attack, he looked dangerous. And I thought he offered more at fullback than Tessie New has all year, in my opinion. He looked pretty good. I reckon going forward, Martin and Reynolds might be the halves pairing if the Broncos want to go buy a fullback, someone off contract. But he was solid. He was very solid. And it's good to see him have a strong game. So good on him. It's good to see him back playing footy. But Paddy G, thanks for coming on the Friday Night Football Review, bro. I really appreciate your time tonight.
That's all right, bro. Any chance to talk footy with you?
Always good. And love talking to DC, mate, in the background there. Love seeing DC out there.
That's
you love
all
to
right.
see. Look at
him. He's been crying all night, but we'll kiss and cuddle later.
Go and buy some bloody tissues from Woolworths or something.
We stacked up. He's still hurting from having to tackle or trying to tackle Talakai. I'm not going to say you tackled him.
Oh, wow. Well, everyone, go and check out the Page YouTube channel. I'll leave a link to his YouTube channel in the description below. But anyway, guys, we're getting out of here for the Friday Night Football Review for round 7. Broncos have beaten the Bulldogs 34-14 up there at Suncorp Stadium. Like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys tomorrow after the Cowboys put fucking 69 on the Titans. Anyway, guys, till then, see you later.